A new dawn awakened. The land was booming with life. It was peaceful with the stubborn creatures roaming the land. Until the strange object arrived, the skies began to darken. The mood in the world began to shift. Life was about to change for all living beings of this world. The unknown object began to pulsate. It seemed to affect the creatures surrounding it, like they began to mutate, as if they were slowly evolving. At first it was the monkeys, then it was the rabbits, and slowly but surely many other animals were to follow in becoming sentient beings, no longer limited to their former selves. These creatures could now talk, learn, expand, and feel, sharing their knowledge amongst each other. Eventually, the creatures were able to create houses, which led to kingdoms being formed, languages being made, and culture that was spreading at a quick rate. But not everyone wanted to share their knowledge. The wolves disliked that they weren't the only superior beings. They wanted to stand at the top while the others stayed weak. In secret, the wolves grew their military prowess to ensure their future victory, slowly growing their army every day so that they could one day have the entire world for themselves. The other animals began to catch wind of the wolves' nefarious plan. With this, they planned accordingly. They made a great alliance and began to ready their forces for the impending doom known as the wolves. Time passes, and it is now the age of winter. The age of winter is rough and unforgiving. None of the creatures saw that this disaster was coming, making them all unprepared. Many starve, and many yearn for the cold to cease. But it does not. The cold nights seem endless. Eventually, new generations develop a cold resistance trait to withstand the new environment. Even with the punishing cold, the wolves never forget their initial plan. Outnumbered and outmatched, the wolves' pride can no longer take them being so close to such inferior animals. But without the cows' knowledge, they launch a sneak attack that catches them off guard. With the cows knowing the wolves' schemes ahead of time, they are able to plan accordingly and push off the invading wolves. But is it enough? The wolves seem to be shredding through the cows' numbers with ease and look to be enjoying it. The battle carries on for hours, and within a single night, the cows are wiped out and defeated. The wolves are eccentric in their first victory, but the question lies, where was the help of the alliance? Why did they let the cows die? Not letting the cows' death be in vain, the alliance begins to discuss plans to exterminate the wolves by nightfall. Night comes and the siege begins. The cats attack from the east, the monkeys and rabbits attack from the west, and the frogs attack from the south. Covered on all fronts, the wolves struggle to keep up with the massive horde of enemies. Yet the wolves do not give up. Their deep hatred for the other races begin to spiral, their anger turning into something real, something magical. The wolves now possess the ability to create fire, using their seeping hatred as fuel. They use this newfound ability to get rid of their countless invaders. Raining hellfire, the wolves are unaffected to the flames due to their new source of power. The other creatures are dumbfounded as they have never seen such a thing. With their numbers dropping and unaware of how to counterattack this new phenomenon, the alliance began to retreat. The war has ended for now, but the damage is done. Many buildings were destroyed, many loved ones were lost, and many were left without a home. It took years for every kingdom to rebuild what they once had. But rebuilding isn't the only thing they did. The frogs in the south witnessed the wolves' magic and wanted it for themselves. Spending this time rebuilding and researching, eventually the frogs learned to manipulate water, a perfect counter to the treacherous wolves' fire magic. With their newfound power, the frogs knew they had the best chance against the wolves. So without telling the alliance, the frogs waged war on the wolves to reduce the death toll in the upcoming battle. The battle begins, and the wolves instantly cast a cloud of fire, with the frogs counterattacking with rain clouds. It's seemingly an even match. The battle goes on for countless days, with the day and night shifting cycles. The battle is hard on both kingdoms. The frogs did not know that the wolves had this many numbers. Slowly and surely the wolves begin to overwhelm the frogs. The frogs begin to run out of mana to keep their rain clouds going. With loved ones being burned, many frogs died to a gruesome, slow, and agonizing death. Even with the help of their water magic, the frogs never stood a chance. With their sacrifice in vain, the wolves knew it would be much easier to take over the world. So they begin. Casting fire over the entire world, it begins to transform into something rageful. The wolves single-handedly have transformed the entire globe into a world full of rage and domination. With every other kingdom than the wolves in fear, the final war begins. With only the monkeys, rabbits, and cats left, they can only pray to defend off these devastating creatures. Nothing seems to be stopping the wolves' constant onslaught. The kingdoms can only pray that something or someone will come and save them, but nothing comes. No one comes to save them. All that is left is sadness, screams of those still alive, and ruins from what was once happy families. Overjoyed in their victory, the wolves are finally at ease, knowing that they stand at the top, or at least they thought they did. Please like, subscribe, and maybe even comment on what I should do next. Thanks for watching.